Donald Trump has said that he intends to nominate Pete Hegseth as America's next Secretary of Defense. Mr. Hegseth is a former Army officer and a Fox News host. If he ends up getting this job, he will be one of the youngest ever men to hold the post. He will certainly be the most inexperienced, and he will also be the most radical.
When you impose DEI and CRT, you are breeding a less capable military.
As an Army officer, Mr. Hegseth served in Iraq and Afghanistan. However, he's best known for being the host of Fox and Friends on the Weekend, a show that is one of Donald Trump's favorite programs on television, where he caught the president-elect's eye. Despite his military experience, he has a relatively junior rank. He would be one of the most inexperienced officials ever to run the Pentagon, one of America's biggest and best-resourced bureaucracies. Mr. Hegseth has incredibly strong views on what changes need to be made in the Pentagon. He believes that the institution has been taken over by what he describes as DEI, diversity, equality and inclusion, woke shit.
And so the ones willing to comply, the sheep, who are willing to go along with, oh yeah, women in combat, great idea. Oh yeah, trans, great idea. Oh yeah, electric tanks, let's do that, great. They get promoted.
For him, the solution is a radical purge. Mr. Hegseth says he would like to fire the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, as well as other admirals and generals involved in what he sees as the effort to push woke ideology into America's armed forces. He also thinks that America has made a mistake in allowing women into frontline combat positions.
When women in combat, they put out the study that proved that women should not be in combat units, the Navy Secretary threw it out under Obama.
He's okay with female pilots, but he argues standards have been lowered unacceptably to allow women to serve in infantry positions, for instance. He would seek to change that. Like many veterans of his era, Mr. Hegseth believes that America burnt money, goodwill, American lives and credibility in fighting against insurgents in the Middle East for 20 years. He warns that America is at risk of making the same mistake in Ukraine. He's described NATO as a totally corrupted institution, and like many others in the Trump administration taking shape, he wants America to conserve its resources to focus on strategic competition with China.
China's building an army specifically dedicated to defeating the United States of America.
There's no guarantee that Mr. Hegseth will end up getting this job. He has to be confirmed by the Senate, and there are many conservative Republicans who are bewildered by the choice of Mr. Hegseth as Defense Secretary. However, if he does get the job, a whirlwind is headed the Pentagon's way.